Welcome to Live Edge, episode number next. I'm Matt. My wife's name's Amy. Welcome to the show. Tonight, we're going to talk about building your business brand. And then after that, we'll talk about getting sponsors and things like that. If you're on social media, how to work with brands, how to approach them, that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a nice chock full show. And then if you're a member of the 2 Before Nation, our channel members or our patrons, we're going to give away 10 Sanders that I tested in a previous video. And those are the only eligible ones to win because they support us directly. We do giveaways to everybody, also on here and there, but this time is channel member or Patreon or 2 Before Nation only. So with that said, tonight's Sawdust Spotlight. If you don't know, we have a Facebook community, facebook.com/groups/731bulwarks. All you got to do is go check that page out, join. You got to answer 2 questions. Will you be nice? And what's your favorite tool? That keeps the bots out. And then if you're not nice, we get rid of them. But tonight's Sawdust Spotlight is Stephen Tony. He made this bed, and it is a birthday gift for his wife, and it is fantastic. Look at that. That is really good. All right, without further ado, I'd like to bring my guest on for the night. If you don't know her name, here she is. This is Miss 731. She's the guest.
I'm the guest tonight.
Because she had this question. She's leaving her teacher's job in 3 days, right?
3 days, retiring
And so
Friday.
she's been teaching for multiple years now, and now she's getting ready to move into content creation herself. And she asked, she said, how do I do this? And
thank you, Stephanie.
And so I was like, she said, since she come up with the idea for the topic, she's the guest. So she can ask me questions and y'all can ask me questions. And I'll tell you what I know and what I've learned. I don't know it all and I still have a lot to learn, but I'm certainly willing to share anything I have with you.
So one of the things that I had asked him about when I asked him to do this topic, first of all, I'm sitting there with you guys because I'm nervous as I can be. I'm getting ready to do this full time, taking this leap. I know nothing about this, even though I've been doing this sort of stuff with him now for a long time. The live stream. And the business side. And I do the accounting side, the back end side that most people don't see. And I make some of our products like the board butter and that kind of stuff. But what I don't know how to do is to start my brand, to get it started, figuring out what steps I have to take to start, how to build it, how to get in these affiliate programs, how to get sponsorships, how to move forward with that sort of thing. So I asked him, I said, can you do a topic on that and help all of us who are out there going, I want to get started, but I don't really know how. And I know a lot of you asked that same question too. So thank you, Miss Cheryl.
Along those lines, Aprilla, I'm sorry.
Nice to see you too,
DRK, your name says, what kind of content will you be making? This is for you.
Oh, where?
Yeah.
I don't see
I
it.
popped it on screen.
Oh, thank you. So I'm not releasing the name of my channel yet because I've got to get everything.
We got to nail it down.
Yeah, I got to get all that done. But I want to do Amazon products, home products for not woodworking.
Oh, man.
For home organization, for Amazon fashion. Basically, things that you can get on a budget. And one of the things that I thought would be important to me, or one thing I feel like is important to me, I love to watch all the videos of the people who do all the home hacks and the home organization and the products that are supposed to make your life 10 times easier and all this stuff. But when I watch those videos, those houses are $1 million homes or multi-million-dollar homes. They've got a coffee pantry in their kitchen that costs more than my house costs. And so I told him, I said, I would love just for once to see a regular home, product shown in a house that's like ours, a regular house, a house that people have had to work really hard for to make payments on, people who've lived paycheck to paycheck, who've struggled to paint their own walls and not hire everything done. Like, I want to see that sort of stuff in a house. And so that, I think, is what I want to do. But I also want to mix Amazon fashion in with it because there's a lot of people out there who think they have to spend a lot of money to wear clothes that look good, and Amazon's full of stuff. And so I've gotten really big into ordering clothes off Amazon. And I want to kind of do that. I want to do some designer brands versus basically dupes at Amazon. So that's kind of what you're not watching my wife's channel, Marion.
So when you're starting out, I've had a couple questions, and for you too, when you're starting out, you're building your brand or what you're going to basically identify yourself as. It can obviously change over time, but I think you need a strategy starting out. You need to figure out who your customer and or your viewer is. And that may take a little time and a little trial and error, but have a good idea. I took a course one time and it said to basically create an avatar, or basically one person who you're targeting your content to. And so that, or your build projects or whatever, think about that, like give them a name. How old are they? What do they watch on TV at night? What do they do for hobbies? Like actually visualize this person and get to know them. And then when you make that content, you're talking to that person. When you're looking at the camera, you're not really talking to the camera. And that's one thing that will help more than anything, especially if you're doing content, is to figure out exactly who you are or who you're talking to, and talk to that person. And then that person you will identify or relate to multiple people that way. And if you just try to hit the broad audience of everybody that does everything, you're not going to hit anybody.
He asked me, he said, who is your target audience? And honestly, it's me. Somebody just like me. Somebody who is always looking for a good deal, who wants to feel like they have some of the finer things in life, but not have to go in debt to get it. Becca said, she said, you're going to be balling just from ADHD subscribers. So what's funny about that,
thank you, James,
is that I'm very OCD. And so I want that to be, I don't want to hide from that in the channel. So it is going to have something to do with that. Mm-hmm. And y'all will know more about that later.
Yeah. Hopefully by next week.
Yeah.
Hopefully get it nailed in. The second thing, when you're talking about your brand or who you're going after, who you're trying to target, whether that be with your product or with your content, you have to position yourself. I've got 3 book recommendations. They're linked in the description of the YouTube video. Go check them out. But Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller is one of them. It is a fantastic book about building your brand. And his method is basically you're a guide for your customer to help solve their problem. And so if you're building, say, cutting boards and your customer needs a cutting board, then you're solving the problem of giving them a cutting board at the price you're selling it at. If like her, if she's going to be doing content about fashion or whatever, she's helping solve the problem of someone who wants to look nice but not spend a lot of money on those clothes. So that's how you kind of help position yourself as a guide. Our channel, for instance, a lot of people don't know, but we buy 99% of these tools that you see on the channel to use and review to figure out what's the best for most people. That's kind of the mission or the goal of those videos. And so I'm trying to help people and help to guide you toward making a better buying decision based on my experience. And so that's kind of the way it helps people relate to you.
Rich says that his wife is on a super cleaning organization kick lately, so it's perfect timing. See, okay, so in our house, I needed to solve a problem. We had as OCD as I am, we still had a problem. Our house was very unorganized. So I started watching all of these organizational videos, and I was hit with all of these really, I mean, they're beautiful homes. Nothing against the people that have them, but I felt like I couldn't organize my house like they organized theirs because my house didn't look like theirs. And so it took me a long time. I watched those things for months before I was like, you know what? I can at least try to put organization items, in my house. Mm-hmm. A lot of the ones that they get are from Amazon. So I ordered the same kind of things, and it made me feel so much better about my organization. I didn't need that fancy house to organize mine. And so I know that a lot of people watch those videos and they're like, well, my house could never look like that. And they just keep scrolling on by. I don't want it to be that way. I want it to be that any house can look that way. You don't have to have the fanciest house in the world to organize it.
Boss planner, I see you, man. You just got banned.
What happened?
Oh, he just run his mouth.
Oh, made in China junk. Well, no, because sometimes things that are made in other places like that, those products actually work really well. And then sometimes you need American-made products. I mean, it's, if there's a product out there that works well, then those are the products that I want to talk about on my channel. But I also want, I want it to be something to where it's not just always trying to sell something, because that's not the point of what I want to do. I don't want to just sell stuff. I want to be somebody that helps people feel organized, or if somebody like me who's got this completely crazy OCD brain and they just need somebody to help them fix that part of them. Okay. Air quotes there. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So basically what the goal, and that was the next point, is you're connecting with your viewer or your customer. Again, it really doesn't matter if you're making content or you're building products to sell to people and you're advertising or talking to those people about your products. These are hand in hand. It works exactly the same. You're addressing their fears, their frustrations, or their aspirations, right? Just like she was talking about. Her frustration was unorganization. And so she's watching videos and she wants to make content about fixing that frustration or helping give you ideas or solve that problem of the frustration of being unorganized. For you building projects, maybe somebody needs an end table, and it's a frustration that they don't have that, and so you can provide that service for them.
Or, it could be a frustration that they can't find an end table that's the exact right size. And that's exactly where you woodworkers get to come in.
Yep, because you can build it custom.
Because you can customize it to their particular needs, and that's a win for both sides. So, I don't know. But I know we sit on this side and y'all see us on the screen and you hear us every week tell you, you can do this, you can do this. You just have to believe. You have to take that first step. You have to do it.
It's
but
hard.
I promise you, I completely understand where all of you are coming from, because I am terrified of it. I already know I sound like a country bumpkin. Okay.
That's what we use.
I already know that I'm going to take heat for that. I have to get myself mentally prepared for that. I've worked with pretty mean 7th and 8th graders over the years, for some of them. But I've also, you have to figure out how to let some stuff roll off your back. I've had my students who live in Southeast Arkansas say, "Dang, Miss Outlaw, you sound country." So I can only imagine what somebody else is going to sound like.
Thank you, iCam Hard.
Aww.
Super chat. Thank you, man. And Mr. 731, you've inspired me to start a small woodworking shop out of my garage.
Awesome.
I'm really interested in how to design and plan woodworking product. What software do you use to build your plans? An in-depth video on this topic would be amazing. Much love from Utah. iCamp Hard. Check out Steve Ramsey. Search Steve Ramsey, Google SketchUp. You'll find like an 1.5 hour long video. He goes through the entire basics of SketchUp, and you can download that and then use it right along beside him and kind of get that going. That's what is used for our plans. H2 Woodshop. I saw him earlier. He's in here in the chat. He does them for us. We hire them done. And then he does a fantastic job with them, but he's using Google SketchUp. So you can use those and Steve Ramsey's video to help guide you along the way. There's some others, but Steve's is probably one of the better ones. And also 4 Eyes also has a search 4 Eyes. I think his channel's still 4 Eyes. I don't know if he changed it or not. Anyway, search 4 Eyes and SketchUp and you'll find it.
Mr. Clark says, being single, I need someone that will help me stay organized. See, I haven't even considered that you could help.
Yeah.
Help the people. Others. Yeah. Who. Yes, I change stuff in our kitchen all the time. Also, constantly. Who said that? Somebody said that.
The second book that I would recommend you read if you're interested in marketing or trying to advertise your product to people or your content is by Seth Godin, and it's This Is Marketing. And one of the points he makes in there is to challenge traditional marketing and use empathy and authenticity in your branding or your marketing. In other words, be you. Don't try to be anybody else. Don't try to, mimic who you're seeing that's being successful, because what works for them may not work for you. You just got to be you.
You have your own special things about yourself that others will attach to if you're being you. And that kind of goes with what Stephanie says here. says, I also think we are ingrained with very specific ideas of what or how our homes should operate. We tie our self-worth to it. Challenge these. Do what works for your own house.
Yep.
Exactly. That was the problem I was having. I was watching these videos and I didn't feel like I could imitate anything that was going on in that video. And so it made me feel like I didn't have enough of what it took to enjoy organization in my house because I didn't have what was in these particular videos. And I think it's important that people know that you don't have to have what somebody else has. We've got more than others and we've got less than others. And I think it's going to always be that way. And so I don't want it to come across as that, but I do want to know how I, first of all, get started and then obviously I want to link it to Amazon. I don't know how to.
Not just Amazon. So like the way we've built this up is not, we don't only work with Amazon.
No.
We work with Tay Tools. We work with Ohio Power Tool. And we'll talk about how to get in contact with these different companies and what to do in just a minute.
Yeah.
The Cripple Sud says, do you guys do your own accounting or taxes? She does some of the does all the bookkeeping, but we have an accountant that does all the taxes.
Who does our tax? I send all the numbers to him.
And then on the primal branding stuff, it's very similar to what is going on with Building a Story Brand with Donald Miller. If you read those two books, some of the things kind of overlap, which I think is good because they're on the same page. Get it? Book page. But basically, you're just identifying your market and you want to...
Thank you,
Bill. People have to
Mooney.
trust you, right? And it's like if you're building projects for people and you tell them it's going to be 2 weeks and it takes 6 weeks, you're losing trust. Or if you sign up with the wrong company and they're messing people over, then it falls back on you a little bit if you're working directly with that company. And so those kind of things you have to be kind of cautious about. I get probably 6 or 8 emails every night while I'm asleep wanting me to take a product. And sometimes it's like an electric bike or a security camera or like weird stuff that wouldn't even fit the channel. Sometimes I get multiple offers on lasers and I'm like, I don't need a laser yet. I mean, I'd like one, but I don't have room for it.
I don't know how to hit the button anymore.
For which one? Super Chat?
Yeah, for Build with Mooney. Thank you so much, Build with Mooney.
Thank you, Bill.
Build.
That's what I said, Bill.
Oh, okay. I thought you
I said Bill.
It's that country accent.
Build. I said build. And the third book, the final book I'd recommend, other than Dream Big, you got to read Dream Big before you read any of these. But the third book is Primal Branding by Patrick Hanlon. So he has like 7 key components to building a successful brand.
He wrote all this down. That's what he's looking at. He wrote it down for y'all.
He's got 7 components in that book to build a successful brand. Kind of gives you a step-by-step on how to do that. Like, we don't have enough time on this live stream to go through everything, but those books, and if you don't like reading, I don't like reading, sitting and reading. I have an Audible subscription. I listen to a couple of books a month. There's a link in the description to get you 2 free ones if you want to sign up through the link, or you can just go to audible.com and sign up and get whatever I think they offer you a free book if you sign up for something. But that'll give you a book to listen to while you're working or driving or whatever you do, mowing the yard, whatever, passing the time. And that's how I listen to those books.
Mike Adams says that he was born and raised in Northeast Tennessee, and we both sound normal to him.
Hey,
he said your accent is part of who you are. Don't worry about what other people think about it and embrace it.
That's right.
See, here's what's real bad, though. I'm originally from Mississippi. And I had to change some of my wording, how I pronounce certain words here because it was different. So I guess I don't know. I'm just going to try to push through.
Bill with Mooney says, we drove through Arkansas. You have the best rainstorms in the country.
Oh.
We got some rough ones here.
Oh.
And the last thing on building a brand is you want to build loyalty to the people who are buying your products or watching your content or, whatever you're doing there, because without that, you're really not building anything, right? It's like you go to you have some diehard Apple fans, diehard Ford, Chevrolet, like those people are in the primal branding thing because they love that brand so much that they buy everything that comes out. They try to support them anyway. We have some amazing supporters on this channel.
Yes.
With our 2 Before Nation. We just named them 2 Before Nation. And so they help us and not only support us, but are friends of ours. Like we talk to them all the time. You guys, we talk to you off of the live stream and through messages and different things like that. We meet you face to face. Like it's a fantastic thing when you can build that. And the only way you can build that is one, most of you will have shared values. You will belong to the same kind of ideology. That's a big word. Ideology and like around a certain thing like woodworking or tools or with her it may be fashion or organization. Like you'll get people that will surround you. You know that you group together in those niches because you are into those things and they are. So you share the same type of interest. So that's a long way of saying it.
No, I got it. I get it.
So that's how you're building a strong
Y'all are being
brand.
really sweet. Thank you. See, and part of me, I'm really nervous about doing this because it won't be, with a lot of you guys. A lot of you are woodworkers. You're not going to be wanting to come and watch
That girly
videos.
stuff.
Well, not just, no, it's not just girly stuff. But I feel like 731 and all of you guys, y'all are the ones that I'm comfortable with and that I know. And so it's like I've got to go to a whole new audience or something, in my niche. And so I don't know. And I know some of y'all are going to go over there with me.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. He says, if Matt can do it, you can do it. And that shows that I can do it too. That's
right.
awesome.
That's right. Now,
there's for believing in all of us.
Now, when we talk about...
Oh, it's Sammy's birthday. Hold on. Happy birthday, Sammy. Stephanie's baby.
So, for
She's
content
one.
creators, there's a few... To get started, or if you already started and you're not following this will help
Thank you, God is good.
This is what I suggest. Now, you take my advice with a grain of salt. If you're starting out or if your channel's kind of small and it's not really growing that much, stop what you're doing. If you're not seeing success. Now, if you're seeing success, you keep doing you. But if your channel's kind of stagnant or if you're just starting out, I told her this today, make 5 videos. Write down 5 video ideas that are good ideas. So you may write down 20 and come up with 5. And take those 5 and think about what the thumbnail is going to look like on YouTube. And this is another thing. We'll talk about YouTube in a second. And then once you get the title and the thumbnail pictured in your mind or made, make those 5 videos. Don't publish them. Make them. Especially if you have a new channel not doing anything. Make 5 videos. Upload them to YouTube. Get them all ready to go. Release 4 of those at one time. And then take the next one, the 5th one, and release it a week later. And then start making content on a regular basis. I like weekly. But if you can't do that bi-weekly or even once a month, it just has to be regular content. Some people tell you that doesn't matter. I'm telling you, I think it does. Because you want your audience to grow with you and you want them to keep coming back. And what putting 4 videos out at one time does on a brand new channel is it gives them something to watch and it gives YouTube the data to say, okay, they like this content. So we're going to serve this content every time she posts a new video or he posts a new video. So that's how you start a new channel.
Marion Dorset says, will Miss 731 have fashion tips for man glitter? I don't know about man glitter, but...
She buys a lot of my clothes.
I will be doing men's fashion because I do...
I'm not a model.
So...
I can be a hand model.
We used to use Stitch Fix, and they never listened to what we said. And so we kind of got tired of it. That's a whole different ballgame. But anyway... So I started, I told him, I said, let me be your Stitch Fix person, not Stitch Fix. And I order it through Amazon. I use their Prime Try Before You Buy. I order him 6 pieces of clothes or shoes and bring it. And I have tested his boundaries on it a little bit. Like,
outside the comfort zone.
Yeah. When I say boundaries, I mean outside of
she
anything
buys a button up
ever.
and I like t-shirts, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I bought him a pair of Uggs, y'all.
Stuart,
he loved them.
Stuart Woodworks. How does the 1 Before or 2 Before Club work? It's just different levels of support on YouTube. Patreon's the same way as far as levels of support. Just depends on what you're comfortable with or whichever one you want. But they're all in the 2 Before Nation. Some of the higher tiers get like 30-minute Skype calls or it's... Did I use Skype? It is Skype, right? I think it's Skype. It's a video call if you're interested. Once a month or something. If you have questions, and need a direct response, back and forth, conversation, any advice that I can offer that I've, done, those higher ones did. also, okay, if you already started your content, let's talk about short form versus long form content. Shorts or reels are good sometimes to grow a channel. But if you want long-term success, in my opinion, you need to be doing like long videos on YouTube. And I say long, it could be a 5-minute video. It could be an 8-minute video. It doesn't have to be a 30-minute video. But if you're not making long-form content, and I was talking to the channel members before this stream, if I go and I need to search on Facebook or TikTok and find how to build a chair or how to, or what sander is best under $100, you're not going to find that on there easily.
They don't, yeah.
They don't have that search function, but you can Google it or you can YouTube it and you can find it. And so that is huge because that's going to be there for years and years and years. And when you talked about building your brand or building your business and you have affiliate deals with some companies as far as like tools and things like that, if somebody watches a video or she's doing fashion or organization and she has she gets a deal with Wayfair or one of the bigger name brand stores out there that sell the organization stuff, she can say, hey, this is where I bought this stuff at. This is what works. This is what didn't. And then people, if they go buy the stuff that works, then she gets a small commission off of it. It seems kind of small, but when you get 500 or 600 videos on a channel and people are watching the first video today, and then some people are watching the last video you put out today, over 600 videos, like it compounds. It's compounding interest. That's why I prefer long form YouTube videos if you're wanting to actually get into content.
So Dan Dixon asked, and I've not already answered this, but how soon are you starting your channel? I'm actually going to buy everything for it this weekend or beginning of next week. Friday is my last day at the school teaching. And then next week, my first week off, I have 3 days of jury duty.
Bum, bum, bum.
So, and then one day our dog is having a procedure done. So that's 4 days out of the 5 next week that I've got that. But after that, I do plan on starting the I plan on starting the recording process next week. But I need to do 5 videos first. And so 5 good ones is what I'm trying to do first. But it will be this summer within the next month to 2 months when I publish them and go live with it.
Rose City Woodwork says his reels are blowing up on Facebook. Congratulations.
Whoa. Yes, that's awesome.
My only issue with like reels right now, like my reels on Instagram, some do great, some don't. Like I'm having an internal struggle on what does that do for 731 Woodworks. Like if it's not just for social interaction, if I want to use that to grow the business on say 1 out of every 4 reels or whatever you're using it for to try to drive traffic to your website, or if it's not converting, then is it worth the time versus putting time into something else? That's just internal struggle.
Shannon B says to define brand.
So a brand is basically what people see and think about your company, right? So it's when people see 731 Woodworks, what do they think? You know, what do they know about me when they see that logo? When they see the logo, or they say, okay, he knows about tools, he knows how to build stuff, you know, whatever your thoughts are. He's a country bumpkin. I mean, I don't know. You tell me whatever brand means, but like you see the Coca-Cola logo, that's a brand. When you see it, you know exactly what's in the can, right? So it's the same thing, I think.
Mr. Clark's been a member of our 2 Before Supporter Club for 19 months. Thank you for that, Mr. Clark. He says, I'm trying to learn the balance of building great furniture, gifts, and then to start building content creation and building my website to meet the needs of the customers, or to meet needs of the customers asking for products.
Mm-hmm. It's a balance. And so especially when you're starting out and you're doing it by yourself, you have to focus on one thing. Like if like right now,
they think of pocket holes when they think
pocket hole time. So we have people helping us do like editing now with my long videos. I have an editor for the short videos. We do the live stream. We got a blog. I do a daily tool deals on my website. I also do 2 blog posts a week on my website. If you didn't know, go check it out, 731woodworks.com. You know, it's like, but we have a lot of stuff going on, but I'm also doing this full time. I don't have a full-time job. When I had a full-time job, a bunch of this stuff I wasn't doing a bunch of this stuff. I was doing videos, like just 1 video or 2 videos a week, whatever I could crank out. So you have to kind of prioritize what you want to do first.
Scruffy says, Miss Amy, if you put the same time and effort into this new project that you put into the classroom, you'll be very successful. Best of luck moving forward. Thank you so much, Scruffy. That about made me cry.
Daniela, what I used to start recording was my phone, and I used it for a very long time, like a couple of years. I used the phone. One thing you can do is you can get a lapel mic that plugs into your phone, and it clips to your shirt, and that'll give you much better audio, and that will actually help your videos more than anything else.
And a lot of you have expressed concern that you have a small house or small spaces. That's one of the problems I'm facing to get started. He's got the garage that he's using as his shop.
You can film
and
out
then
there.
He's got this set up, but he sits here and does his work every day too. We've talked about it. I don't have a recording space in the house at all unless I sit in the bedroom or something. Hey.
What's up?
Do you know what time it is?
Power tip time. So the power tip.
I thought I gave the power tips.
That's right. You do. Whew, almost messed that up.
Yeah, I was the guest, so I thought
Yeah, go ahead, guess. What's power tip?
Do I tell them the power tip that you told me was going to be the power tip?
I didn't tell you what the power tip. Oh, yeah, you can tell them that.
No. I think the power tip for me is to actually listen to what everybody is saying and listen to what you've been saying and the advice that you've been giving them all along, which is to start.
Yep.
Because we've said it a million times on here, but you will miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
That's right.
And I'm terrified to take that shot. However, I know if I don't take the shot, I'm already setting myself up to fail.
That's right. You got to try. And the only way you'll know if it's going to work or not is try. You know, I believe it'll work for her. I think she'll do great. I really think she'll pass me if she puts her whole heart and soul into it.
I don't know about that. All right. What was your power tip?
I was going to talk about working with brands really quick because that is something I always get. How do you, one of the questions I get is how do you work with brands? How do you get in touch with the brands? All this stuff. When you're new and you have 5 videos on your channel, unless your 5 videos got you 100,000 subscribers, don't, because it's just going to be there. Most of them are going to ignore you, like 99% of them. When I was small, like really small, had maybe 10 or 15,000 subscribers. I don't know. Fairly small channel and had very little following on Instagram. I reached out to HomeRite Finish Max sprayers. I was like, and I didn't say, hey, send me a sprayer, because that's the wrong approach. If you approach companies, I do this even now. If you like the product, just send them a message on Instagram or social media, wherever they're active at, and just send them a message and say, hey, I like XYZ, whatever it is. Mine was a Finish Max sprayer. I was like, hey, I like that sprayer. It looks really nice. They messaged back, said, hey, can we send you one to try? I was shocked. I was like, yeah, you can. And so they sent it to me to try. It was actually really good. I'm still using the exact same sprayer today. Like, I still have it. It was 5, 6, 7 years ago. Like, I still use that little sprayer.
Yep.
But just things like that. Like, if you got 100 followers on Instagram and 100 followers on YouTube, and you message a company like Milwaukee or Ryobi or one of those companies, like, what value will you bring to them, basically, is what you got to think about. And so if you have enough audience, and it doesn't have to be a huge audience, like I said, if you have 5,000 subscribers and they're very loyal and you get very good views on your videos, then you can provide value for them. You just need to let the company know that. Say, hey, if we work together, this is what I can offer. I can do 2 videos. I can do, whatever you're going to be trying to work out there. But you have to bring value to that company, or they're really not incentivized to work with you.
RT, I don't know about that. He's making a prediction.
What's that?
That I'll be monetized within 2 weeks of starting my channel. I don't know about that. I don't think that's going to be the case. So that's okay. That's okay, though, because I know that, everybody has to start from their own starting point. That's one thing we've talked about on here. So another caution for you is once you start growing your content is don't let these companies take advantage of you, because some will. Some will say, well, okay, I'll send you this tool if you do me a video. And at first, when I first started getting those, I was like, oh, man, this is awesome. No, it's not. It's not fair, because a lot of these companies will want you to do a video on their product for the exchange of the product. So if the product's like $500, right? You're thinking, wow, that's a great deal. You get the $500 tool and you make a video and it gets 100,000 views, 200,000 views. Like, how is that fair
that they're getting this much exposure, and it's for the life of the channel, that they're getting all of this exposure for a very minimal. They didn't get $500 for that tool. It probably cost them half of that. And so they're getting a ginormous exposure, but they don't want to pay. And so that's kind of where we're at now. We get offers from different companies, and I'm like, we can work together for a fee. I'm on or an affiliate partnership or something that's going to benefit both of us. But if you're not willing to tell me, okay, well, I believe in you, like you believe in me, basically, it's a two-way street. So if they're not willing to work with you in that, it's better just to pass it on to them. But when you do get ready to start working for brands, you may hear the term media kit, and I didn't know what that was or how to make one of those.
That was one thing I asked about for the show.
And so to build a media kit, there's tons of examples online. Canva's a good place, but I'm going to show you ours, okay? And you can use this as an example, or you can say, that's stupid, I'm not doing that, whatever you want to do. But this is...
Fun fact for you, I've never seen it.
Have you not?
No.
I got to bring it into focus here.
Okay.
Stand by.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. He says, I'll get 100,000 subscribers faster than most because of my teaching ability to convey to the audience a practical application.
I agree.
Let's hope that's true.
So this is our current media kit as of today, right? And so I just built this in it's called Keynote, but you can also do it in PowerPoint. Same thing, Keynote, PowerPoint, or Google Slides will work too. Basically, I got to change this up a little bit. That's just a picture of me and Miss 731, and it says she's a 7th grade English, 8th grade careers teacher. I actually should have already changed it. And basically, just kind of gives us a very small snippet of who we are, right? And then you go down and it starts with my social media stats, like how many followers do I have on each platform? We got YouTube, Facebook, page views in the last 90 days on the website, and then how many Instagram followers. And if a company requests that, or if I'm approaching a company, I update these that day. So you go in and just make everything current. Previous 90 days traffic from whatever social media you got. If you got them all, put them all in there and a link to it. This is our YouTube, and I give some of the top performing videos there so they can go check them out. You can click that little thing, it takes you to it. But basically, it tells you how many subscribers you're gaining, how many watch hours. All companies, I'll say all, 99% of the companies want to know your demographic breakdown. They want to know who's watching, male, female, what the split is, what the age ranges are, and where they're watching from.
Is that low?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Positive. I guess they just don't like watching me. And then you got Instagram, previous 90 days traffic. You can find all of this stuff in your analytics on all your social media platforms. It's pretty simple to find. Website data, kind of give them an idea of how many people are looking at your stuff on your website. So you can actually use that to help incentivize things. And testimonials, like if you have people giving you written reviews on your products or your content, and they're telling you, hey, this is great, I love this, I love Miss 731, Miss 731 rocks, love this video. Like those type things, put that stuff in there so that they can see, okay, well, they're getting good positive feedback. And then I've got 3 of my fairly recent videos that perform well, and all they have to do is click right there, and they can take them to that, and it kind of gives them an idea of what kind of videos I'm making, what the content looks like, what the quality's like, what they can expect, basically. And then I have a list here of some previous and current partners that we've worked with over the last couple of years, and I update this fairly regularly. If somebody drops off or if we get a new one, we can add and take away. It's pretty simple. You just grab their logo and throw it on there. And then what we offer to brands is different. You can, whatever you want to offer them, but like ours is product placement, product videos, reviews, ambassadors, affiliate partners, anything like that. Like you can just tell, they can kind of see what they can get if they work with you. And for the rates, now this is where everybody's like, well, what do you charge? What do you charge? Well, it's different for everybody. A general rule of thumb on a YouTube video, a lot of people say $20 per 1,000 views. So you take your last 10 videos and you take however many 1,000 views you got on those last 10 averaged out per video, $20 per 1,000. So that's how you kind of figure out on a long video. And then it's for live stream sponsorships, email list, if you have that, which would be a good idea to start building too. But ad integration, like a 60-second spot, will be a little less or quite a little less than a full-length video on a product, right? So just kind of think about those things and integrate those as you can. And then here's our contact information. Oh, and there are my phone numbers on there. Don't look at it. So there's the P.O. Box, and then I got my Isaiah 6:8. It's one of my favorite verses. Then I heard the voice of the Lord saying, who should I send? who will go for us? And I said, here I am, send me. So that's one of my favorite verses I put in there. So you can give them your contact information so they can be able to get a hold of you, that sort of thing. That's how I built my media kit. It doesn't have to be that complicated. It can be a 1-pager, 2-pagers, but however you want to do it.
Michelle Cochelle said, wait, what? Come on, ladies. But then she said, at Steph and Becca, it may only be 5%, but they've got the 3 of them. That's right.
I agree.
We have the 3.
We got the best.
We've got all the, Miss Cheryl, all of you strong ladies out there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That may be 5% demographics, but it's like 5,000%.
So if you ask the question during any of that time, I may have missed it. So.
Yeah, I was watching, so I didn't watch the questions.
But like you can use canva.com and just search media kit on there. They already have like templates built, and you can just plug your stuff into if you don't want to worry about trying to figure all this out. It's pretty simple to do.
Hey, McMath.
And there's a bunch of free stuff on there. Hey, McMath.
He said he's late, but he made it.
Hey, welcome. Low Fat Logan, how often do you update your social media kit stats? Just whenever you're asking for it. Yep. So anytime I get somebody says, hey, do you have a media kit? And or can you send over your demographics or anything like that? I'll run through and just kind of update those right then and then send it over. It doesn't take about 5-10 minutes most of the time to give them the latest stats.
So DIY with Dennis asked, you mentioned you would dump 4 videos if just starting out. Any similar thoughts if you have a channel, but it's just not growing that fast? Consistency or some other approach?
I would look at my top performing videos, Dennis, and see if there's any that are, so if you say you got 2 videos that really did well for you or did better than the others, if they're similar, then you're kind of hitting something there, right? You struck a chord with some people over there with those 2 videos. So I would look and see if I can make some videos similar to that. So like my channel, 5 tools. The reason I do 5 tools videos is because people watch them. And that's why I continue to do them. When they stop watching them, I'll do something else. Haters guides to, Ryobi, Haters Guide to Harbor Freight, Haters Guide to, what was the Festool. Those 3 videos are doing well. They're still performing well. So I know that I'm going to follow that up. I've got some more coming. So like you find something that works, you just repeat it. It's like, it just takes trial and error to find that. But when you find it, repeat. Now, if you haven't posted in a while and your channel's kind of stagnant, then yeah, I would do that. I would try the 5 approach, but make sure that you're picking videos that other people are watching. So you can do some research and recon on YouTube and figure out, okay, well, this video did well for that channel. This video did well for that channel. And these are kind of similar, and I can put my spin on it. I'm not telling you to copy. I'm saying put your spin on that type content, and then that will help boost your channel. So once you get several of those, one thing I would tell you not to do is don't make 5 of the same videos. So you like 5 tools videos. You're not gonna make 5 tools videos. You'll make a 5 tools video.
And don't just start your video out with you just talking, explaining what you're
That's why I made a huge mistake too. You go back and watch the early videos. Hey, I'm at, here I am down here in South Arkansas, drinking some sweet tea. And people don't care. Like they just don't. Yeah. And they want to see the content. And so a lot of times you'll see, I'll say, hey, this is 5 tools that are under $30. And you'll see the words pop up on the screen because if you notice on YouTube, when you hover over a thumbnail, it'll start playing. And so you need something on there, either showing the product or the build or words or something to catch their attention, because a lot of people, they're not going to click on it. They'll scroll and kind of, I'll move on. So that kind of helps give them a little engagement. But yeah, don't start the video out with the long drawn out talking.
So he was watching me watch some videos of things that not stuff that would be on my channel, but just stuff I watch. And I click on the videos and I start hitting the fast forward button like over and over and over and over and over. And he's like, man, I used to do that too. I used to talk at the beginning. And until he said that, it didn't even register to me. But I completely skip until I see the
45
until
minutes,
I see the first that product.
Yeah.
That's when I stop skipping. And I do that every single time.
And YouTube don't like that. So if you look at your analytics and you see a drop on the very first little bit of the video and then it kind of goes over and then it bumps up, people are skipping your first talking. So if you're just sitting there talking, you're wasting your breath because nobody's watching it. So the reason I'll do like first on list, and just start on some videos just start that way. Number 1 on the list,
19 Woodworks, I think so. I like seeing that. He says, would you say that starting the video with a short clip of the finished product is a good idea? I like seeing that. I go to YouTube a lot of times to look at a pair of shoes. If there's a pair of shoes I want to get, but y'all, we live far away from everywhere. Okay, we're a geographical oddity here in Monticello.
Takes 2 weeks to get my hair fought.
So I like to see what shoes look like on the feet sometimes before I order a pair of them. And so I will go to YouTube and I will look for that particular pair of shoes. And what I want to do is I want to see the shoe on somebody's foot. And what always happens is you've got somebody says, hey, welcome back to my channel. Oh my gosh, I've got to show y'all this pair of shoes that I found at the store. And when I went to get these, I was looking for it and they go into this line and I'm like, skip. And there are some of those videos where it never shows the shoe on the foot. And I get so mad. But show the product, because that is what I'm looking for when I go to a product video. I want to see that first, and then I want to go back and hear all the information or get the details on it.
Yeah, hey, welcome back to the channel. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. Like all that in the first 30 seconds, people are out. A lot of people won't even stick around. They're gone. Like they just don't care. A couple questions here. Will there be a Shapeoko 5 video? Jesse Robinson, yes, I uploaded it today, so the editor's going to start working on it, so probably next week you'll see that. Basically, it's going to be the assembly, what I thought about, not the full assembly video. They have one of those, just kind of the high points, maybe 30, 20 seconds of me putting it together and kind of giving you a talk about what I thought about it, and then me using it for the first time, and then how it compared to the previous version, and my overall thoughts, kind of type video.
See, Stephanie and Michelle both agree. They say, show me the results first so I know I'm watching. If you don't, I'm going to skip all the way to the end. So far, that's women that have said that, so maybe that's a woman
guys
thing.
Do it too. Like on woodworking projects, somebody comes out with a new video, and I'll be like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I click on it, I'll drag it all the way to the end so I can see the finished product. And then I thought, oh, how do you do that? Then I'll rewind and watch it. So PJs wants to know if watching at 1.5 speed hurts the creator. From what I understand, no. As long as you watch the whole thing. Now, their watch time, as far as watch hours they get from your session, is lower, but they still get the view count and the fact that you watch the whole thing, from what I understand. But
that's a good question, PJ.
There was one more, and I missed it. Bobby Allen says, when did you start getting sponsorship deals, and how do you determine if it's worth telling your audience about?
Oh, Scruffy said it too.
So it's right as I went full-time, May 21-ish time frame, I started getting some sponsor deals. Some of them are the typical Skillshare that you see everywhere, or different ones like that. So those are a little different than a sponsored tool video. Sponsored tool videos, we've only done very few of those. I could probably count on one hand how many times we've done those. As far as taking the tool, maybe with some money exchange, depending on the deal, but usually not. Some of these companies, some of the bigger name brand companies will not or wouldn't pay me for it. They would do a discount. So you still pay for the tool, but you get a certain percentage off of the tool to get it. And so some of those I made deals just because I needed that tool in the shop, or wanted it. I guess needs a different word, but I really wanted that tool. But it just depends on the tool. Now, I do extensive research if I do those and figure out, okay, is this going to be a video or a tool that my audience wants to see, or would like to see my opinion of. So you have to kind of balance that too, because we get offers like all the time on different stuff that nobody has interest in, or it's just junk and I'm not going to show it.
So Douglas made a comment, and I agree very much so. If you don't want many views, post videos on the gospel. Says LOL, but if I reach one, it was worth it.
Well, I mean, I'll talk about that a little bit. I think so I've had conversations with some bigger name companies recently, and have been pretty snubbed. Like, oh yeah, send me your information, and then crickets, right? And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I'm unashamed of the gospel, and I wear Christian shirts, and there's a link in the description of every video sharing the gospel. Like, that's just one of those things. If I have to take a hit financially for it, or not working with a brand because of that, so be it. That's just the way it's going to be. God will take care of me some other way. I'm not concerned about that. So I think that's part of, also, we talk about branding, about be you, be who you are, and don't change for anybody, companies, people watching you, telling you how you look funny or talk funny or whatever. Like, you still have to be you. And so when you lay your head down at night, or when you meet God, the creator of the universe, and you look him face to face, you have to answer for your actions here on earth. So you have to understand that a tool's not worth that. A tool deal isn't worth that, or a sponsorship deal isn't worth that. So if a company is snubbing me because of that, then I didn't want to work with them anyway.
So Matt has a question.
Go.
I know the answer to this one, though. Did you ever have a hard time finishing projects on video? I sometimes start recording a project, but then realize I just need to get it done and stop recording about 3/4 of the way through it.
Yep, done it. There's a video. I know there's 2 videos. There's one I found on my phone that I recorded in 2017. I still have the video footage, and I filmed most of it, and I didn't finish it. And it's a Barstool build video, and I never finished it. It never got published. And then there's another one I went down with a friend of mine to Dallas, and we built some tables together, but we didn't have enough time to finish the tables while I was there, so there was only like maybe half, maybe 3/4 of the video that was filmed. This is only a few months ago, and he wound up finishing them after I left, and so that video is just there. Like, there's nothing to edit because there's not enough content. He tried to send me a couple of clips of video.
And it's even harder for
grainy.
you guys that are still working regular full-time jobs.
Yeah,
it's
really
this.
hard. It's very hard.
Yeah.
That, back when that's the way the Barstools were. They were building them for ourselves. We wanted them. We needed them. And then I just got in a hurry and didn't finish it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It becomes really hard.
Thank you, son.
Oh, Michelle said it would be great for you to finish that Barstool video.
It would, wouldn't it?
Man, I'm tell you what, those Barstools were comfortable. We don't have them. We sold them because
I miss mine because the one we got now are not comfortable.
Yeah,
they hurt my rear end.
And they're supposed to be really good. Those things were so comfortable, and they lasted forever. I would have kept them, but we painted them with a paint that you could not get off and you could not paint over because it took like a month for the paint to be
it took forever.
Dry enough that you could even sit on it.
What they call blocking. I painted too many. I think we didn't let the coats dry in time. So when you paint fresh paint over an uncured coat, you get what's called blocking. Neither one of them will dry for a long time. They're just real sticky.
Yeah, it was rough. And so I told them, I said, they were red, and I needed them a different color. I didn't need them. My OCD brain needed them in a different color. Mm-hmm. And so I was like,
maybe build some.
You do need to build some, but if you were going to do that, why did I buy some?
I don't know.
You told me you didn't have time to build any.
I got time now because it hurt my butt.
Yep, time to make some new ones. That's right. It would be a good, because those Barstools were so dang comfortable.
Yeah, they were.
Gosh,
they were just 2 before, y'all. Like,
they were so
comfortable. Matter of fact, if you go to DIY Pete Barstool and watch, it's an outdoor Barstool he built, it was basically them. I just changed them a little bit. I stretched them out a little bit and made them a different height just to fit our thing.
Keep hitting that thing. All right. Oh, wait.
Hey, Stuttgart. Hey, Jason. You ain't far from us.
Jesse Robinson, I think a lot of companies are scared to include religion in their stuff because it is a deterrent for some people. And that's the one thing I don't ever want people who watch us to be deterred just because we have our faith. Just because we believe a certain way doesn't mean that we're not going to like you if you don't believe the same way.
Yep.
But I think some companies kind of feel that I don't know. I'm a firm believer that everybody should be treated equally and fairly, and all those, like the old, what is it, people that are in beauty pageants, I just want world peace or whatever it is. That I know it sounds corny, but like seriously, that's my mentality. That's the kind of world I wish we could live in when, people who believe in the religion they believe in are free to believe in it, and people who...
Oh, we forgot the giveaway.
Oh, how did we do that?
I don't know. We're just sitting there rambling on. We got to give away some Sanders, y'all.
We got lots of Sanders.
2 Before Nation wants their Sanders. Had I not seen somebody's comment about it, we would have forgot.
Oh my goodness!
So we got 10 Sanders. If you're part of the 2 Before Nation, that is our channel members or Patreons. They get special giveaways sometimes just because they support us. We'd like to give back to them.
I don't know who said that, but thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you. So we're going to give away 10 Sanders right now, y'all. And so we're going to draw them one at a time. I can't show it on screen just because it shows their information. But we're going to draw one at a time. Winners to draw.
All right. First one is the Craftsman.
Well, I don't know.
Or is it? Huh?
We're drawing one at a time. And so, yeah, whatever it pops up, I don't know what it's going to pull up
Oh,
first.
it's going to say what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
All right, so we'll draw the first one. We got 10 Sanders to give. I'm sorry, y'all. I am very sorry about that. I just almost forgot it. Brian Burke.
Brian Burke. He got the Craftsman.
Yep,
That's
he's from
funny.
Oregon. I think they're in order. I think. You won the Craftsman. I'll contact you via the email that you left on this giveaway through Gleam. We will have a public giveaway available to everybody very soon, so don't fret that you're not getting something. We will be having other giveaways soon. All right, we got number 2 coming up. One winner. It takes a minute after I hit go for it to draw. Seems awful quiet in here.
This thing always goes so slow to me.
Yeah, I always have to hit the refresh. Some gun.
Mike Elmore.
Mike Elmore.
Got the Black & Decker.
Black & Decker.
So far, they're in order.
I think I've copied and pasted them in order. I think.
Okay. If that's the case, then Bosch is next.
Draw winner. Yeah, they're in order.
Oh, okay. Take that off. Yeah. One winner. Draw.
All right, here we go. I keep having to hit refresh because it won't. After I hit draw, it freezes.
Aaron Starkey.
And Aaron Starkey, you got the which one? The Bosch. Bosch Sander.
Yep. Rich says that my mini me should do a giveaway. Mo. Yep, we should let her do a giveaway. Hit refresh.
She give away a pencil.
I don't know how you say that.
Golzeb Nazi.
Niazi? Niazi?
Niazi. From Dallas. Dallas, Texas. All right, you got 6 more to go here.
All right. You're probably going to have to hit refresh.
Every time I hit refresh. What happened?
Winners are currently being drawn. You will not be able to. I'm not sure.
I had to refresh again. There it goes.
There it goes.
Ron Campbell.
Ron Campbell.
Wasn't that a famous singer one time?
Oh, well, it wasn't in order on that one because Ron got the Makita.
Makita. The one that won't shock you.
Hold on. They're not. Golzeb got the rigid.
It's at the bottom.
Okay.
Oh, I had to substitute. I had originally put in the shocking Makita, and I forgot it was shocking, so I had to take that out. So I replaced
That's
it
why
with
they're
the
not
rigid.
in order.
Yeah.
Ron Campbell got the.
Now they're going to be all ejected. 5 more. 5 more.
Oh.
Remain calm.
Hitting the wall over here.
Jeff Elkins.
He got the DeWalt.
You got the DeWalt. That's the DeWalt. So the DeWalt, if you didn't watch the video, the DeWalt Rigid, the Craftsman, the Milwaukee, which we gave away on the members only stream, the Black & Decker, we're all kind of rounding out the top picks.
Rich wants the shocking Makita.
I can't in good conscience give you something that's going to shock you.
Stephen Root got the Metabo.
The Metabo sander.
Stephen Root. He makes fun of me.
3 more. 3 more, we're done. I sure forgot about this, yo.
I can't believe I did.
I was going to draw it at 7:31, then we had a guest with the power tip come through me.
Sorry. Davey Foley. Don't know which way.
You got the Bauer, Davey. 2 more. Down to 2.
It's the Hercules going to be next.
Hercules and Ryobi is the ones that live. Ryobi. Fred Shorkin.
And it is the Hercules. Okay.
You got the Hercules.
Shorkin.
All right, last one.
Last one. Who's it going to be?
Come on, big money. Oh, wait.
Dustin Ayers.
A-Y-R-E-S.
Ayers.
Ryobi, he's down there in Damon's neck of the woods, Houston.
All right.
Thank
Good
you,
job.
all of you, 204 Nation, for your support. It is greatly appreciated. It's how we use that type of money to buy our tools and things we do for reviews on the channel and then give them away to things like this. So that's why we want to give those back when we can. Again, we'll do another giveaway soon. She just gave away a Festool track saw not that long ago. So that was a big giveaway. So we'll be doing something soon. So be sure and stay tuned. Yeah.
Mo's on there now. Mo, I don't know if you saw it, but they want you to do a giveaway.
With your money.
So, Mo, we need you to pick something for a giveaway. And what do y'all think? Members only for a Mo giveaway? She said okay. She has no idea which.
She don't know what she's giving away. Hey, great grandpa.
She said she will. But, Mo, you got to be on the show to do it.
We'll give you
Becca said, what the heck? Where's she been at?
We'll get you a booster seat. That way everybody can see you.
So next week for the show, we're hoping to have some news for you guys.
Yeah.
We want next week's show to be announcements. Nothing to do with me. My channel, that is.
Well, I'd love to have your channel set up by then.
Oh, yeah, but that's not what I was talking about.
Oh.
No, Mo. Can't do that. Becca said, Mo, don't play us like that.
All right. Well, we thank you for your time. We appreciate you guys joining us tonight. Congrats to the winners. And then,
Yep.
yeah.
Thanks for staying with us so long.
That's right.
Y'all
Sorry
have
we
a
forgot.
great week.
See you.